It looked like we were going to have a playoff with maybe 5 or 6 guys at one point.
Right.
You mentioned Justin Rose. Absolutely. A putt on 18 that looks like it's in the jaws of the hole and turns left at the last minute. I mean, what a tournament he had. He had 4 rounds in the 60s. And then the star power on the leaderboard, too. Daniel Berger and Morikawa, DeChambeau, Rose, Schauffele. Bubba Watson had a great tournament. Patrick Reed. I was kind of surprised to see Justin Thomas fade on Sunday. You know, he's typically a very good closer when he has, a share of the lead or is just a shot off the lead or whatever on a Sunday. But it was outstanding. And, guys, I tell you, it's going to be very similar this week at the RBC Heritage. Kind of a short knocker's paradise, if you will. You know, even Bryson DeChambeau, as much distance as he has off the tee, he was very successful elsewhere in scrambling and around the greens and that type of thing and working his ball in both directions. And that's going to be very similar this week at the RBC Heritage at Harbor Town. Very similar field you've got here on hand, and it's going to be similar type of players that are going to flourish again this week. So hopefully we get the same level of drama for the second week in a row.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you have anybody in pocket as of right now?
Not in pocket. In fact, the very first glance I did at the tournament was just in preparation for this show. But, you know, these are some of the things that I've known over many years, having handicapped both these tournaments, and that's guys like Kevin Kistner, Matt Kuchar. Kuchar's won here before at Harbor Town. Webb Simpson has been successful here. Brandon Grace. Jim Furyk has won here a couple times. DeChambeau. And what's really interesting, you look at DeChambeau's record at Colonial, and, you know, I was one guy that was not on him this week because of his track record there. And I know you backed DeChambeau, Matt, but in 4 years at Colonial, he'd missed the cut 3 times. Well, at Harbor Town, he's got 2 top 5 finishes and 2 missed cuts in 4 visits. So, again, it speaks to the similarities of both Colonial and the RBC Heritage, Harbor Town, that I think they require similar skill sets. Sergio Garcia has won at both TPC Sawgrass, another Pete Dye design, done well at the Heritage, won at Colonial. And then in similar fashion as well, some of these other guys that we haven't seen in years at Colonial, Rory McIlroy had never played there, Matsuyama, Koepka, John Rahm. These guys have, you know, not been to Harbor Town a whole lot. So a lot of crossover between these first 2 events, and it'll be interesting to see if the handicap will be similar. It'll be interesting to see if the results are.